As an executive coach, I help a lot of my clients with communication, especially at that executive level, and I help provide them with frameworks and ways for them to articulate what they're wanting to say and do it in a really succinct way. I just had a really great session and it reminded me of this framework that I absolutely love. I studied and wrote about it in my coaching program and I wanted to share it with you. So this one's called the Complete Communication Wheel and it was developed by Alan and Amy Gilberg. So this particular model is really great with conflict and misunderstandings, but I found it useful for a lot of different situations and you can pretty much mold it into really whatever you need it to be. I think it's always important to, whatever you're communicating, you just start with the data. Objective. What are you seeing that is going on objectively without your interpretation? So things are not labeled good or bad, they just are. This might help you see what the real issue is or what's meaningful about the situation. And if you were working with a coach, they might ask you those questions when you're in this stage. And then judgments is your interpretation about the situation or the challenges. So you might say, I thought, I believed, I concluded, and it's not about like what's right or what's wrong. It's about how you perceived the situation to play out. Next, we talk about emotions here in the feelings part of the wheel, where you talk about how you're feeling, what emotions came up during the situation or whatever it is at hand. And this is an interesting one because we usually will assign emotions, pretty quickly in a situation, and we're trying not to do that. But sometimes this allows us to see where our emotions or why our emotions are stuck on a certain thing. This also helps you get out of your head and into your body. So it's some somatic work of, okay, I know what I'm seeing, I know what happened, I know how I perceive the situation, and now let's check in with the body to see how I'm feeling. Next, you're going to focus on wants. There's always an underlying need that is not being met. What do you want out of this situation? And it doesn't have to be for yourself. It could be for the team. It could be for the organization, whatever it may be, but you need to state it. And lastly, you declare an intention of moving forward by sharing what you're willing to do about the situation. And it's always important that we're reciprocating. So when we say, here's what I'm willing to do, and you're done with your spiel, then you also need to say, I want to hear what your thoughts and feelings are on this and what you're willing to do. I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you want an example in part 2.